What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brandy if you're new here, and typically I post book content, but as you can see from the title of this video, today is a journal content video, which I'm very excited for. I promised you guys in my last video that I would get some journal content up for you, so that's what we're doing today. Since I'm new to YouTube, I thought it would be fun to go back and retroactively film some of my bullet journals from years past, because I think there are some pretty cute spreads in here. It might give you guys some inspiration. I love watching videos like this on YouTube. I know sometimes it can be really frustrating when you're in a creative mood, but you're not feeling super inspired. The blank white page in front of you feels very intimidating and you just need some ideas. So that's the purpose of this video. Hopefully it gets your creative juices flowing. So this is my 2019 bullet journal. I will do a 2020 and a 2021 at some point in the future. I will say I don't bullet journal in the typical sense that you see a lot of YouTubers do. Mine is kind of a mix of diary and scrapbooking, so some of the pages are more word heavy, some of them are more photo heavy. So the images that you see in here, unless it's from like a trip that I took, are from Pinterest or Instagram, things that just kind of popped up on my feed and I found inspiring. And then the stickers that you see are typically from either an Etsy shop or a craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. So I hope you guys find some inspiration today. Let's get into it. Alright guys, hello this time from voiceover me. So here is the journal. It is from Infinite Mantra on Etsy. She will be linked below. All of her stuff is gorgeous. She also does art prints and stuff like that if you like the art but you don't necessarily need a journal. You can definitely tell in some of these spreads that I had no idea what I was doing. This was the first year that I started bullet journaling, so these spreads are probably the least aesthetic. I've definitely gotten a lot better at it in the last couple of years. I am also obsessed with doing a TBR every year, so how I used to do it is I would write in the books that I wanted to read that year and color them in when I finished them. I've changed it since then. I leave the books blank. I just draw in the rectangles and then fill books in as I go because a TBR changes a lot throughout the year. This was a little films to watch spread, simple little sketches but cute nonetheless. Also in 2019 I was querying my first manuscript that I finished out to agents, and so I think there's a total of 100 rectangles there. That was sort of my goal. So this next spread that says Rosewater is inspired by a science fiction book I read. Anytime I'm really inspired or in love with a book, sometimes I'll do a journal spread on it, so that's what that's about. Then we have a super fun book signing page. In my previous video about working at a bookstore, I think I briefly mentioned author events and book signings and things that we would do while we were there. So this is a picture of PC and Kristen Cast and some photos that we took of them while we were there. I don't remember, this was maybe the first signing, so it was for Disasters. It came out in February of that year, so I kept a flyer and then made a little pocket there to put them in. You just print the photos as a 2x3 size, so like wallet size. This next spread was all about tracking my reading, so I kept a little log every day that I read. I just filled in, so I did pretty good that year. I think on average I was only leaving maybe a couple days out of the month where I wasn't able to read. This was one of the only spreads I did that actually tracked something. This next one is one of my faves from this journal. This was when I was kind of starting to understand that layout and color palette and all of that really makes for a good spread, and in the end, those images are just from Pinterest, but I was super proud of that one. I also really liked this Cast a Spell one. And then next to it, the musician Aurora. I am obsessed with her. She's a Norwegian singer. She's phenomenal. some of the females in my family, the cousins and the aunts, we get together, and I believe this time, yeah, we were still in Missouri. That's our usual spot, so we hung out at the Breakwater Bay Club that year. I love this spread. It was very colorful, very summery. I just took those with my Fujifilm Instax Mini. This next spread was another trip that I took that summer, but this time we went to Fayetteville, Arkansas. I think I went with my mom and grandma this time, so I made another cute little pocket and then printed out some wallet-sized photos. Basically, I do this if there are so many good photos but not enough space. If I don't want to take up pages and pages of the journal, then I just print them and stick them in a little pocket. This one I thought turned out really cool too. Those metallic gold accents that you see are actually temporary tattoos. I literally just like wet a cloth and then they applied to the paper. I was very surprised, but thought that was pretty cool. So you can apply temporary tattoos to paper. Fun fact of the day. So this spread was inspired by Richard Powers' The Over story, and it inspired a poem that I wrote. So I think I have a Instagram highlights of poetry, so it's on there if you guys are interested. All about trees. I was so inspired by the film Ad Astra, I had to do a spread on it. It's phenomenal. If you've never seen it, it's Brad Pitt and Tommy Lee Jones. Very similar vibes to Interstellar. This next one's about a book as well. I read The Secret History by Donna Tartt for the first time. If you like dark academia, you have to read The Secret History. So here we have a lovely autumn spread. I was really getting into The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, as well as reading my first manga. So it was called The Girl from the Other Side. That's the image on the right that you see of that very dark, shadowy monster hugging the little girl. And then for all of these year in review books and movies and TV shows, I'll do close-ups for you guys so you can kind of see what I was obsessed with that year.